I doxed myself. All right. Hello, everybody. We're going to bring out the guests. We're -1 for some reason. But here we have, first on the docket, straight out of Scotland, Crow Beerab.
Hello. Good evening. Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad
Good.
at all. Thank
Good,
you
good,
for
good.
having us again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And let's see. Let's bring out the next individual. Abby Someone.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi.
Good morning.
All right.
Yeah, I'm stuck behind enemy lines still.
Yeah, you're in California.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently
You
the
need to get out. Come on.
Where my governor worries more about everything outside of California than he does anything inside of California. And the stuff inside California that he rules on wants to take everything away from Californians.
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah,
sounds
he's
like
a
a great
schmuck.
place.
He's a schmuck.
Well, you could always move to the
His hair can be an ecological disaster if it got wet.
Yes, there's enough gel in it. That's for sure.
You know, it'd be a nice grease pit.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Bunny's not here yet. I don't know where he is.
Slacker.
But we're gonna be moving right along with today's subject matter. We're looking at. I know it's on Bunny's YouTube too. So I don't know where he's at. Maybe he's fixing up something. I don't know. Anyway,
technical difficulties, maybe.
I have a slide.
Oh crap!
Show. So so today's topic is about the global bullshit that's going on right now, and I've dubbed it Operation Global Clusterfuck, and for many reasons, because as I've sat here with nothing to do but eat sunflower seeds and drink, Kool-Aid, been pondering all the bullshit that's been going on.
Oh no!
From presidential assassination attempts and the cover-ups on that from the government.
Yeah.
Overflowing borders from foreign nationals that all they do is wreak havoc and increase crime.
It's funny how that happens.
Yeah, exactly. We're facing a war potential. Apparently, we're sending more assets to Israel now. Another carrier group is going out there.
Wow, really?
Okay, but will it be the Obama rules of engagement where they can't do a damn thing?
Who the hell knows?
You get everybody killed.
Yeah,
in the process,
killed and destroy all our shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then you're having these the increase in crime because of these foreign nationals that are pouring in with the blessing, and they're pouring in illegally, meaning they're not coming in legally.
Oh God, no!
With proper IDs and visa requests and all this other stuff that you would normally take if you were, somewhat of a decent human being. Now, these people right here are flooding boats and they're beaching them on beaches and running off and, coming over by, or it could be like my fucking company, my company, my fucking country, where they fly them the fuck in.
Yes.
Yeah, they fly them in.
Breaking some kind of law.
I don't know what they're breaking, but they're definitely breaking the backs of everyday Americans and Europeans and English and Scottish and everybody else. It's like a master plan, Operation Global Clusterfuck. Create enough chaos that they won't see what the hell is actually going on. Feed them enough shit, put enough jabs in them so that they'll fucking die anyway, and fuckity whatever. Who cares about elections now? Funny thing, good old election down there in Venezuela. Yeah. Good old Venezuela.
How about listen to this? Foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power, while you gradually lose yours. They will have money to lend you, but you will have none to lend them. In the end, they will be your rulers.
Yep.
Deuteronomy 28, 43, 44.
Yep.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yep.
A friend of mine shared that on Facebook the other day.
Nice.
Since you mentioned borders and stuff, I just thought I'd bring that up.
Very true. Very true.
That is what I was doing just now. You see,
Yep.
on the PlayStation, I got the internet. You see,
cool. On the PlayStation.
On the PlayStation, yeah.
We're just living a present day Sodom and Gomorrah. I feel.
Oh, right.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
I'm waiting for the wrath of God to show up now. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Hello, good stuff.
Oh, I'm not even. Oh, here we go. Man, I'm starting off raw today.
Whoop.
Good stuff in the chat. I'm here for parkours. Where are they at? Well, I don't know, but Bunny was supposed to bring them, and he ain't here yet.
I don't know what's going on there.
He's hiding in the rabbit hole.
He's something.
You must have some technical difficulties.
So you got these rigged elections in Venezuela. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yeah.
So we know they use Dominion machines. The problem is that this is what we know so far. That during the freaking election, while people are voting, Mr. Maduro freaked out because the numbers weren't panning out in his favor. So he sent down like military, police, and all kinds of other thuggery to polling places to stop people from voting.
Right.
No.
That was the first hint. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's kind of why everybody fucking rioted down there. And,
he wouldn't do
that. Yeah. I heard something about that.
Yeah. He's keeping it.
Could be.
But, yeah, so he's down there, trying to steal his election again, make it so that he can steal and still stay in power.
Did I not see something about Putin's like backing him up or something?
Yeah, Maduro, they're buddies.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought Maduro was I thought the whole thing was part of BRICS, Venezuela.
I don't know.
Yeah, the problem is that the rigged elections down there, the United States is saying, "Oh, it's rigged, it's rigged, it's rigged." The government is. And it's like pot calling the kettle black. Our fucking government in 2020.
It's okay when they do it though.
Yeah, our government in 2020 printed.
They're doing it for democracy though.
Millions of phony ass ballots. Yeah, our government printed millions of phony ballots. Okay, and there were people involved with it. The transportation of said ballots from one state to another, okay, the coordinated stopping of counting ballots to wait to get the phony ballots in there so they could count those. It's all documented, and I think there was about 700 people who were either poll watchers or people who were part of the transportation situation, whether they were with the Postal Service or whatnot, who were actually driving these pallets of ballots to certain places from one state to another.
Ballots.
There's pallets of ballots.
Pallets of ballots.
The funny thing was, none of those people have been deposed and found to be lying because they made sworn affidavits under the penalty of perjury.
Okay.
Also, these people were asked to accompany people like Rudy Giuliani to these phony freaking hearings that weren't held in a courtroom,
right?
So that they could say, well, you guys don't have any standing, or you didn't cross your T's and dot your I's, so you don't get your day in court. So there was no evidence heard in court. It wasn't allowed to be. They didn't get there. Poll watchers. That sounds gay. Well, those people that go into those places where parkours might be roaming, dance on. Those pole dancers. By fix it, I mean steal it. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Saving democracy by fixing the Democratic voting machine. Yes. Yeah. Saving democracy. And the funny thing is, we're a republic. We're a constitutional republic, not a democracy.
Yeah.
We use
doesn't even appear in the Constitution once.
No. Nope.
Yeah.
But hey, who knew? But yeah, so, and now we have the situation here in the United States where about a few weeks ago, before Joe Biden was threatened to abdicate, or quit, not seek the election, not seek the nomination. He was threatened, by the way, because he was hell bent on freaking going through.
Yeah.
He had to be threatened. But what we got here? That's a funny
Hell
part.
was that? That was Godzilla.
Oh, that's Godzilla. That's my phone. I have my notifications on.
Godzilla.
Godzilla hungry. Godzilla hungry. What? Burger King. Shit.
That's the classic sound effect as well.
It is. Yes.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yep, the classic one.
Yeah.
My notifications, but now they're off. Thank you very much. So we've got Joe Biden forced out of the presidential race. And then, but while that was days before that occurred, talking heads on radio, TV were talking about all the potential candidates if Biden drops out, because they're all talking about this after the debacle that he had with the debate with Trump. So, Trump did the debate. Trump didn't really have to do anything. Just let Joe talk. So, answer questions.
Yeah.
So after that demise, everybody was freaking out. It was a 4-alarm clusterfuck. Nobody wanted to know what the hell. Behold, the furry
All right,
wonder.
edge of time.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, edge of time. So there were some polls that came out talking about possible replacements for Joe Biden, who was at the time, I think he was polling in the 30s somewhere.
Of course he was.
Well, Kamala, Camel Toe, whatever the fuck her name is, she was in the 20s. I think she was at 29%, I believe. And that's approval rating. Everybody else was in single digits behind her. So then Joe was forced out, threatened so he could drop out. And he endorses Kamala Harris as vice president, which I get it. It's your vice president, right? So he endorses her or whatever. And, and somewhere in that venue, Trump gets shot.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, once people started they started talking about Kamala, and all of a sudden you hear this news about all these financial backers backing her now, all of a sudden. And then all of a sudden these polls come out of nowhere, where these polls show that she's going up and up and up, or she's either neck and neck or just ahead a couple of points of Trump.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking, how in the fuck does that happen? Well, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Such the early days of Twitter, where you could actually purchase blocks of followers to up your profile.
Right.
Right. So we got these polls that are coming out, and here's my thinking on this. This is me. They're going to try to fluff these polls and make these. They're going to artificially inflate these polls in favor of Kamala Harris.
Oh yeah.
But the end goal of that is as the camouflage. They're going to put these poll numbers out that are going to show her more favorable, which we all know damn good and well she isn't. She isn't favorable, especially by black men in California. She had them all thrown in frickin' jail for, with all these bullshit laws and everything.
Harris is black? I thought she was Indian.
No, she's not black. She's Indian. But anyway,
I'm confused.
Yeah, no shit. So yeah, she's yeah, exactly. She's pretty confused. You got to keep her on script because if she does anything freewheeling, it's like fucking disaster.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing.
they're gonna keep these. They're gonna keep these poll numbers of hers fluffed up as best they can get away with it. Okay. Either they're going to do it logistically by either over polling Democrats and under polling Republicans, or they're just going to flat out make shit up. Which is, I feel that's what they kind of want to try to do, is just they got to make shit up. In an effort.
Of course.
The effort is to make the poll numbers high enough where she could plausibly win.
Right.
Then implement that steal machine, where they're going to rig it, and like they did in 2020, so that she can beat Trump. And when she does beat Trump, or then they can say, "Oh, look, her poll numbers were like, oh, so good."
Hey, Cam.
Hey, Wookie Crew, Abby, good to see you gents. I can't stay, unfortunately, at dinner with the girl. Catch your rewatch. Drop the like. Have fun, my friends. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. Have a good dinner with the girl, and we look forward to seeing you again, man. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. So, the effort is to basically create this facade that she's neck and neck with Trump. And then that way, when they do steal the election by fraudulent shit or electronic tampering, oh look, it's got to be legit. The most transparent, secure, and safe rigged election in the nation. Fuck.
Right. Yeah.
So what this does too is, I believe, Venezuela's machines were Dominion machines.
Probably.
So this election gets the lid blown off of Dominion. See, here's a little thing that happened here in my state.
Hey, B-Dog.
All right, B-Dog.
B-Dog, what's up, brother? How's it going, man?
Sorry.
So what happened in my state here? See, there was a little. They had a little power outage thing. It wasn't a power outage. It was that little virus or bullshit that happened with that software that uploaded to Windows.
All right, yeah.
That little bullshit. So,
nice CrowdStrike, huh?
Yeah. So CrowdStrike uploaded, and there was some kind of a glitch or some bullshit, and it basically just shut down Windows operations throughout the world. Well,
kind of convenient.
If you were on the internet and you were connected to the internet, then that would do that. Well, guess what happened? Maricopa County in Arizona, we were in the middle of doing some early voting. In the machines, the voting machines, I was told the machines, but everything else was probably connected too. They shut down.
Yeah.
When that CrowdStrike thing hit, they shut down. By law,
weren't connected to the internet.
By law, they were not supposed to be. They were not supposed to be connected directly or indirectly to the internet. By law. In Arizona. They fucking were. So what's going to happen now? And I saw some people blabbing about, oh, well, it wasn't the machines, it was the blah, 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 flux capacitor bullshit.
Flux capacitor.
Whatever the fuck. Guess what? You know what? You can pre-program your counting machines to, peel off X percentage of a vote to another candidate, or from another. You can add or subtract. Okay? It's all in the program. The voting machines can do all that bullshit in real time. And if you're not careful, they'll do it right in front of you. You can see it. It's already been documented. Cam, great stream. Nice weekend too. Cheers. Yeah, you too, man. Have a good, safe weekend. Anyway, so we know now because of the CrowdStrike glitch, whatever, that exposed a lot of shit throughout. Now, we weren't the only ones that were doing stuff. Other states were doing stuff too, early voting. But, it's exposed the lying, I guess you want to call it, of Dominion. Oh, well, we're not connected to the internet. You don't mind that Ethernet cable. That's not hooked up to the internet. That somebody could hack into and break in, which they did.
Yeah.
Which they fucking did. When they were having the meetings with the legislatures in some of the states after this bullshit 2020, they actually white hat hackers actually broke into freaking election machines that weren't supposed to be hooked up to the internet.
Yeah.
And in real time,
they did it on air.
They did it on air, and guess what?
The
fucking council, the conference was shut down.
Yeah.
They shut the freaking conference down. The politicians shut the conference down and rushed everybody out. I wonder why.
What were they not supposed to see?
Yeah, exactly. What were they not supposed to see? Not supposed to see the fact that we fucking probably knew about it?
Yep. And haven't done a goddamn thing about it.
No, they haven't. So the only way to fucking remedy it, seriously, is you got to go analog. You got to go back to paper ballots voting in person, with the exception of people who are infirmed that would need a ballot, absentee ballot. But it's a physical ballot. It's not counted by a machine or anything like that.
No.
And here's another thing. Any kind of absentee ballots, in my opinion, there shouldn't be any indication of political affiliation on that envelope. In my opinion.
And there should be a signature verification.
Oh, yeah. But the reason why I say that is because there's fucking video of freaking postal workers, dude. Postal workers taking trays of mail-in ballots that they got. They sorted them out and they dumped the Republican envelopes in a dumpster. Yep. It was caught on security camera at some freaking place. Legit postal worker with a freaking truck and everything. And they were dumping them in the dumpster.
Right.
All the Republican ballots. And that was part of 2020 as well.
That's why you burn them, so there's no evidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
oh no! Did I just give them ideas?
Or hey, we got all these.
Damn it, Cruel!
No! Hey, look at all these mail-in ballots that we got that have no crease from being folded to put in an envelope.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Why is the print in a smaller font than the original one?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Why is the original ballot a half an inch to an inch longer than the fake ballot?
Right.
Hey, Ray, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the show.
Hello, sir.
So we got that going on, but I'm really hoping that this bullshit in Venezuela, and apparently the people were pretty pissed off down there, so they were they were up in arms, and
they need a Javier Milei down there in Venezuela.
Hello?
Yeah. Who knows? Well, I tell you what, though. Apparently, Maduro had ordered or asked the Supreme Court of Venezuela to inspect the ballots and to do the counting and all that bullshit. And apparently, about 90-something%, like a high 90s, like 96, 97% of the ballots have been counted. And he didn't win.
Yeah.
According to what they blurbed out this morning. So apparently he didn't win yet.
Well, we know that.
But we also know what Joe Stalin said, and that was it's not important who votes, it's who counts the votes that matter.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so hopefully there'll be some some semblance of transparency in our elections. There hasn't been. I mean, in my opinion, in my state, the county of Maricopa, which is the largest populous county in the state, and it's virtually a Republican area because more than 50% of the Board of Supervisors are Republican.
Yeah. But they're probably rhinos.
Oh, yeah, absolutely they are. 100%. That's why.
They're McCain Republicans.
Yeah, fucking, Songbird. Yeah, Songbird Republicans. Yeah. Anyway.
Remember the good old days of Barry Goldwater. Come on.
God, whatever. But, yeah, hopefully with all this stuff here, we'll help send red flags up that maybe some people will have some second thoughts about using these freaking cheating machines,
right?
Called Dominion. Yeah. There's also another one too. There's another company, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but they have voting machines as well. But I think paper ballots and hand counting, because you know what? Back in the day, we had that. Like not too long ago, we had that back in the 90s, and they had no problem getting the vote counts out by the time the polls closed on the West Coast. They'd already started getting count. Like the polls were closed on the West Coast, and the East Coast had already been closed for 3 hours. Well, by the time they were closed on the West Coast, you already knew what the hell was going on in half of the country already.
Right.
So, because another thing that they did, this is another great thing that another great idea, was a lot of these counties and these recorders' offices and all this shit in these states, they reduced the number of polling places so that it would be difficult to count ballots. But back in the day, you had freaking polling places all over the place. You had 2 or 3 in every freaking community or close to it, depending on the volume of bodies. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you know, Bunny? You're eating. What you got there? You got some for us? Did you bring some for everybody?
No.
Did you bring chewing gum?
I'm trying to open this up, but for some reason, this is like the hardest soda cap I have ever tried to twist in my life.
Is it childproof, Bunny? It's childproof, isn't it? That's why.
Is that the childproof
I swear.
What is it? What flavor is it? What flavor is it?
It's diet cheer wine, but
Oh,
but I swear. I mean, look at this.
Look, yeah, he's trying it.
Use the force.
Use the force.
Finally I got it.
Everywhere.
And did it ditching in my fingers just
to
get it
there. Freaking 3 Mile Island. Don't shake it.
Chernobyl.
3 Mile Island.
There
Was
we
it
go.
worth the wait?
Yeah, that's the nectar of the gods. There you go.
There you go. Oh shit. Yeah, hell.
Oh, wait. Is this a slideshow?
A little bit of one.
Oh, okay.
Operation Global ClusterFu&k. It's probably going to be a series of mine.
Oh,
So,
right.
I just did all these few slides just out of desperation.
No need to review it. I really have no interest in reviewing it. So just go from where you were.
Well, no, I kind of put the slide in the wrong place, so I go back to where now I'm placed with that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. So,
but knowing you, it's all cut in, copied and printed anyway. So
no, actually, it's not. I typed all this shit in.
You typed all of it.
I typed all that shit.
You
cut and print.
30 minutes before I got
typed?
in the studio.
Oh, please. X for doubt. X for doubt. That is bull crap.
I got a keyboard here and a PowerPoint program on this beast. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes, but can you read? Is what we want to know.
Highlight, copy, paste.
See
Copy
the deer.
Paste.
Does the deer have a little doe?
Did you use just 2 fingers or did you use them all?
No, actually, I did a combo. I did a combo of the 10-finger and 4-finger.
Did you do the ASDF space?
No.
Semicolon. LKK.
Yeah, right. You know how he uses slides,
Colin
right?
Timmy.
He likes pictures better than words.
Look at the beautiful earth burning to the ground. Burning down. Ah, fuck.
So that's why it's been hot in Scotland recently.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
seriously.
Exactly. Well,
Well,
you
that
know-
and you're on the flat Earth near the edge. So
yeah, there you go. You're on the
Right.
that's
edge.
the dragon's breath you're feeling.
Right.
That's
you know,
right.
Ah,
flat
Yep.
Earth, right.
Oh,
I have that on good authority. So
Yeah.
you know.
fair enough.
So, and then we have this lovely thing as part of Operation Global ClusterFu&k is to bring in mass importation of foreign nationals to destabilize Western countries.
Mm.
What
Mhm.
happens? Crime rates skyrocket. And statistics show that crimes and the rate of crime increase specifically connected to the massive flow
Words are hard.
of nationals
Yes.
entering illegally into our motherfucking country.
yeah. Especially when you have
That's
yellow
not right
words
on
on a
there.
yellow background.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Yeah, try to
Or
get the
entering
colour
under
there.
the false claim of refugees.
Totally brilliant. Totally brilliant, by the way. So
And
Yeah.
you're a racist, Bunny, if you see what's happening and you say something about it to the media or the politicians.
Oh yeah,
We're all racists. Racist.
Over here.
well, I'm a racist anyway, by the
Everybody-
my arbitrary characteristic. So
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Over here,
we're all deplorable.
Yes, yes, I was going to say, but
We're
over
all-
here we're categorized
We're all
as
far-right
far
extremists.
right extremists. Yes, that's
Yes,
right.
yes.
but we
Result-
voted for somebody who actually made it to be president, though.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're white
You,
supremacists.
you
is
know
what
how
we are.
many how many elections Hillary Clinton won? Anyone?
None.
Anyone?
Zero. Well,
Anyone?
National
anyone?
election? None.
Anyone?
Is
No.
that
Yeah.
official?
JFK
Is that-
Jr. died so she
is
could
that-
become senator.
Is that officially or unofficially?
Right.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She
We're
lived
talking
she lived in New York like a
legitimate?
week back when she was 12, and suddenly that
Right,
made her
and then-
eligible for
yeah.
be a senior for New Senator. right?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
After
Funny,
JFK Jr. died.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
He died. Well, did was
he?
Did he die or was he offed or did he
Oh.
disappear?
Who knows?
Is he
Yeah,
living
I don't-
another life?
I don't. They never found the plane or the bodies of him and his girlfriend or fiance or
Who's
whatever.
this?
And there's been
JFK
alleged
Jr.
speculation that he's been out and about, disguised and stuff.
In the fall of the cabal, I think it was, there was speculation that there was a guy at some of the Trump rallies looked awful
Yes.
like him if you aged them up.
Yes,
Yeah, I heard about
he
that.
had like a scruffy type of beard and stuff like that. And always wearing a ball cap of some kind with dark glasses.
Yeah.
Who knows? Could be Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, his brother says that he actually faked his death.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's somewhere in Canada. I heard.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he went. I think he became Chuck Schumer, not Chuck Schumer. No, not Chuck Schumer, the guy with the eyes.
Oh
Whatever
yeah,
his
there
name
you go.
is. Yeah.
You go with the eyes. So
You know the guy was like,
yeah, it's always like. Eh.
what is his name? Whatever loser's name is.
Loser.
I don't know.
Adam Schiff.
Adam Schiff. That's the
Shifty
one.
Yeah,
Shifty shift.
that guy right there. You know that guy right there. In my opinion, got Anthony Bourdain Arkansas.
Yeah.
Shifty.
Because
Oh, yeah.
apparently, Shifty Shift likes to go to Bangkok, Thailand, and other places like that. And it just so happened that Anthony Bourdain was in a hotel, the same
Right.
hotel he was in, like
Mhm.
down the hall, unbeknownst to each other. And Bourdain recognized him with an apparent parkour, I guess we could call him parkour that was of not the parkour age.
Oh.
Ah,
Yeah.
the plot
And-
thickens.
And me, yeah. So he recognized him, and so did Shift.
Also
And
known as
so-
Lady Boy.
Yes. Um,
Oh,
And then for whatever reason, Anthony Bourdain, I think while he was on location, is that right, Abby? Location when he was
Actually,
filming.
he was on supposedly vacation somewhere in France with his wife,
Yeah.
who may or may not been an accomplice into him being offed.
Aha.
what's her face?
Well,
She's an
he had-
actress of some kind.
He had run-ins. He had
what's
run-ins
her
with
name?
Hillary Clinton and her crew, apparently.
Yes.
And he made some very
Argento.
cryptic posts on Instagram and other places.
Rosario, is it Rosario Argento? I forget. Her name's
Yeah.
something.
I
Something
thought she
like
was a
Asia Argento.
Asia Argento. There you go.
Yeah.
It's something
Didn't
like
they have a?
Who is-
Don't they have a kid together?
I don't know. I know she was a queen bee of the Me Too movement,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then
was,
it
yeah.
came out that she had slept with a 14-year-old boy who she
Yeah.
had played his actor that she had played the mother of.
Yes.
Oops.
That's right. Yeah.
And
Well,
the
and here's
pictures
the-
came out of them, and it was very clear that they were like in bed together, and
And
That's right.
here's another thing with Bourdain. Bourdain, Chris Cornell,
Mhm.
and Chester Bennington all committed
Oh, yeah.
suicide, right?
Yep.
Strange circumstances.
Yep.
But they're all
Right.
linked because they were on this mission to end child trafficking.
Pizzagate. They were
Imagine
involved
that.
with Pizzagate.
so
They-
did the woman that was shot by
exposing it.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were saying about that last time.
Yeah, she was.
I didn't
she
know
was, yeah, she was. I don't know if she was directing, but she was heavily involved with a anti-child trafficking documentary. And
Yeah.
so it is what it is.
Oh yeah.
It does seem to happen a lot to people who are fighting against the,
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
And why did Disney keep a movie on the shelf for 5 years that turned out to be a really, really good movie?
I can't
know.
think.
Is this a shameful plug?
No, not a shameful plug at all. I'm just speculating as to why the happiest place on earth and supposedly the most child friendly entity in the world would want to hide something like that. So
Yeah,
Why would they
exactly.
even own the rights to that to begin with?
it was 20th Century Fox.
Oh,
They
wow.
absorbed it
yeah.
They
when
brought over when they bought him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so they had to know that this was in the catalog, and they just shelved it.
Mm.
And the what happened was there was a fire sale because they were trying to acquire, I think, Hulu at the time, and the director of Sound of Freedom basically slipped in the back door and bought a lot where his movie was in, raised money and bought it back from Disney. Disney is like a clerical error. They didn't realize that they'd sold it. And then he submitted it to Angel Studios, and they put it in the Angel Guild, which is their crowd of people, volunteers that tell them what movies to produce.
Yes.
And it had the highest rating in Angel Studios has ever given any movie.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
and so much so that they told the director Villalobos, maybe I think his name.
Yeah, I think it's like that.
But they told him, they're like, not only are we going to put this movie out, but we want to put it out on the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
And and the turnaround was like really tight. It was just a couple months, and so they just made a trailer for the movie. Had Jim Caviezel come in and do some overdubs and stuff, and they put the trailer online. And it wasn't ever in theaters. It was just online, and it was like on X and on several other websites. And that was and it was just word of mouth and the trailer that was. And as soon as it hit theaters, the thing took off and it kicked Indiana Jones's ass.
Nice.
Well,
Indiana Jones 5, it kicked its ass. It was on second weekend, and it was still a juggernaut. I mean, it's just the second weekend. And on 4th of July weekend, one of the biggest movie weekends in the year, one of the biggest movies of the year got its butt kicked by a $15 million movie put together by some South Americans and rogue agent from, you know, and it kicked their butts. So.
It's an obviously, as you say, it was an older film as well. It wasn't brand spanking new.
No.
So there you go.
But it was the theme of it was very timeless, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
this
exactly.
is still going on.
Child trafficking and stuff like that.
I thought it was funny that immediately after that movie was released, it was doing all the successful and everything. They started going after the producer of the movie, trying to shame him
QAnon and conspiracy,
QAnon and all this stuff. And it's kind of like, wow, they're, I don't know the guy, I don't have it mean, but I don't know, I thought it was kind of odd that the timing of this was kind of like, okay, the movie's doing
funny.
well, now you want to trash the guy.
Well, like, media and stuff like that don't give a shit except for the freaking narrative. And they want to protect anytime media and politicians step up to pretty much, call people names and shit. There's something fishy going on. Why do they want to protect or protest or rebut something about, harming children? It's to save children from harm. So this kind of goes back to this slide right here. Riots by migrants, quotes, is allowed by the government. But if the citizens riot in response to government inaction to protect the people, citizens, or a bunch of little kids from a knife-wielding asshole, it's called far-right extremism.
Well,
there's something that came out. If you want to talk about J6, something came out just recently in a court case. They discovered that the Proud Boys had leadership that was FBI informants,
right?
Yeah.
And there were more FBI informants in the Proud Boys there that day than there were actually Proud Boys.
How about that?
That doesn't surprise me.
And this just came out like recently in a document that was uncovered by, there was like this whole big dump of discovery, and somebody spent months crawling through all this dump of discovery and found this, and so that's it's been suppressed, of course, by the news media, but it turns out that J6 was, at least on the Proud Boys side of it, was complete total setup, and all of them are probably going to get out, including the very high guy, the highest guy, turned out to be an FBI informant.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Well, FBI or government likes to stick their provocateurs into groups to facilitate a narrative of the far right extremists or the white far right extremists, and there's been many a time. Well, look at that little thing that happened to old Governor Whitmer.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the guy who set that up, the guy who was actually fined for his activities.
Yeah.
That guy, guess where he was on January 6th?
Don't know.
In Washington, D.C. Working in Washington, D.C. is when J6 happened.
Nice.
The guy that set up the Whitmer kidnapping.
Yeah. Imagine that. Yeah, I remember what they did. They busted a bunch of people, but they had to let them go because they were all FBI informants.
Yeah.
They were either agents or informants.
10 of the 12 guys were FBI informants or something like that.
Yeah. There was like only 2 guys that actually weren't in on it.
Yeah. And those are the provocateurs. That's the provocateurs. Those are the ones that come up with the idea, nonchalantly kind of like ease it on over to you to get you to think that, hey, this might work out.
Well, the
And-
funny thing about it was I heard testimony from one of the two guys, or one of the very few guys, and he said we weren't even told anything about it. We were just like supposed to go somewhere and do a protest, and next thing you know, we're like driving by her lake home or something, and they're talking about scoping out her lake home, and he's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
And the fact that he
Absolutely.
was in the vehicle with them when they did that was what they were trying to get them on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that doesn't show intent, but the fact he was in the vehicle is like, well, this was the plan, but it was the agents that were making the plan,
Yeah,
and they
they
didn't
made
let
the
them
plan.
in on it.
Yeah, exactly. Of course not, because they wouldn't have fucking done it. They wouldn't have been near them
No.
if they'd have known about it.
Look at J6 and Ray Epps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. How many people were like, "This guy's a Fed. What the hell is he
On the
saying?
ground
What the
right
hell?"
there,
They're
they were
screaming,
calling
Fed,
him-
Fed, and they're pointing
Yeah,
at him.
exactly.
And he's like, "Well, I don't want to say it," and everybody's like, "Well, don't say it, man.
Yeah.
Then don't freaking say it." And he's like, "Well, we need to do this," and they're all sitting there like staring at him, like, "Are you kidding me?" You know?
Exactly.
Are you stupid?
And then he's like, "Oh, I flew out. I flew out before." And for the J6 committee, he said he flew out right after that, and he didn't participate. But then it turns out they found like metadata that placed him in Washington D.C. the day of.
I was listening to
so-
a podcast, and it had a guy named Jimmy Dore, who's a comedian, and he was talking about J6. He goes, there was a protest by a bunch of gun nuts. Only one thing they forgot: the guns.
They didn't have the guns.
They didn't have the guns. You know?
Yeah, they have the guns.
And why are you like opening doors for people and ushering them in?
Letting him in and give him a tour. They're giving him a tour of the rotunda and stuff like that. You know?
Oh yeah.
They actually looked for an open door for the guy with the buffalo head.
Right?
Yeah.
Jacob, what's his name?
Yeah.
I can't remember his last
Oh,
name.
right, that guy.
QAnon
They
shaman
call
or
him the
whatever they call him.
the QAnon shaman or whatever, and then he goes in there and what's the awful horrible thing that he did on the Capitol floor? He prayed for everybody.
Yeah.
And thanked
Yeah,
the
that was
people
great.
that let him
He
in.
was walking around with the cops. He was walking around with the cops.
Yeah.
And
Which is
it's
funny.
funny because Tucker was doing an interview with him, and he's like, I'm nutty, and I was looking crazy. He says, but I'm not a criminal,
I don't break the law.
But they looked at him and they're like, oh, this is the poster boy. And did you notice
exactly.
the moment that it got exposed that this guy was not what they're saying he was, the moment that he got released and people could actually talk to him, they have never showed a picture of him on the national news ever since.
No.
He was everywhere before that. And
He breaks the
boom.
narrative. He breaks the propaganda chain. They don't want that.
Oh my God.
That. Hell no.
You can watch it happen real time.
I know.
It's like the whole weird thing that they did.
It's all fucking criminal. Every single
It's like the
freaking
whole
news
suddenly
outlet.
they're calling everybody
is criminal.
weird. And then they're like, well, they're weird. And it's like, this person says they're weird. This person says they're weird.
Yep,
Because
exactly.
Kamala Harris called them weird. And then suddenly it's all the news people are calling them weird at the same time. And it's just like,
There was
it's all
somebody on
coordinated, man.
there was somebody on X that put together a montage, not a montage, but
Right.
basically playing at the same time different television studio, local stations throughout the United States.
Yep.
With the exact same script,
talking point,
word
exact
for word.
same.
It's insane. Every single station. Now, were those stations owned by the same corporation? I don't know. Probably not.
It's like 3 corporations that control every single news source.
Yeah, exactly. They're part of
There's
that.
only 3.
Nice
only 3
little
that control
cabal.
every single news source.
Yeah. And it used to be more, a lot more. But
Well,
that's the
there
problem right now.
was.
They don't like independence. They don't like people doing independent journalism because it shows that shows that the mainstream media, the three corporations, are all, lying criminals.
Well, see, there was
Really?
a legislation that got put through. I won't tell you which president was put through under, but I think you can guess. But this legislation that allowed like corporations to acquire media companies. Before that, there couldn't corporations couldn't acquire more than just a few media companies. And
Could
then
we say that might
after
be
that,
Barry O, maybe?
no,
Oh,
the Barry O before the Barry O,
the Barry O. Billy?
the one yes, Billy.
Billy, yeah.
Yeah.
Figures as much.
Evidently, in between, getting Hummers in the Oval Office, he was signing some very shady, stuff into law, including NAFTA, which was architected by Bush Sr.
Yeah, NAFTA is a freaking disaster.
Yeah, it's the worst trade agreement that's ever in human history. So, for America. Not for everybody else, but for
America. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man, I live in an area that had the majority of furniture production, the majority of cloth production in the world, textiles.
Yep.
Okay, in this little valley, the Catawba Valley area, we were third in production of furniture in the world, and we were second in textiles. Okay, we were pretty much pushing first in textiles. Okay,
Wow.
but all of that's gone.
Yeah,
I am working in the only weave mill stateside that still makes this kind of cloth.
wow.
The rest of it's overseas now.
Yep.
And this happened. When it got. It's like what the little scrawny guy that ran for president, Ross Perot. It's like he was saying. He said, "You're going to hear a flushing sound somewhere in the direction of Mexico."
Yeah, exactly.
And he was absolutely right.
Yeah.
It was absolutely right because he said if they get into office, they're going to sign this, and American exceptionalism is gone.
Well, it's twofold though. Twofold, not just NAFTA, but I think it was under George. I think it was H.
Mm-hmm.
Bush 41.
Yeah.
That CIA bastard. I think he signed the fucking most favored nation trading status to China.
Yeah.
That was Clinton.
And then overnight, everybody flooded out to go get their shit made, and in China, and we made a shitload of billionaires in China, didn't we?
That was Clinton, I think.
Was it Clinton or was it?
No,
I thought it was under Bush.
This was all architected by Bush, but he didn't sign it into law because he was supposed to win that eletion.
Yeah,
now,
and
Clinton
Clinton
were the ones that signed
and
it
then
into
signed
law.
the NAFTA thing. I think the NAFTA thing fucked everything up too.
Yeah, well, both of those fucked up.
Well, NAFTA sent half of it to Mexico, and the Free Atlantic Trade Agreement sent the rest of it to China.
Yeah.
I was working at a furniture company around somewhere around 93, 94 or so, and this was before the NAFTA was signed. And we had a guy that was sent to China, and he was supposed to go over there to set up something in China, and he came back over and he told us there's a valley over there, and it's just full of empty factories, and all the factories have American company names on them.
Wow.
And I mean, they had this built before NAFTA was signed.
Yeah, they knew it was coming.
They knew
it was coming.
They knew.
Yeah.
And this was an attack on rural America. That's who they were after.
Yep.
And everything that they've done since has been an attack on rural America. Rural America is where America resides.
Yeah, Obama fucked over farmers and shit with his bullshit with navigable water crap. Changed the definition of that, and also family farms who had their teenage kids driving tractors and shit. They couldn't do that anymore because they had to be licensed. You know, so that did that.
Well, everything in the Green New Deal has been attacking farmers.
It's been going on for a long time.
Have you been hearing what's going on in Idaho right now?
No.
The potato farmers and stuff in Idaho, they're probably going to lose their farms and stuff because it's becoming a deal with water. They're not allowing an allotment of water to the farms and stuff because they say they're taking too much off the aquifer. But it's just like Idaho gets more rain than probably any state in the country. They're not low on
snow, and then snow.
That's why they do potatoes there.
Yeah.
That's why That's why there's so many potatoes there, because you need
the farmers there have been protesting. They've been pulling like the stuff they were doing in the Netherlands and stuff like that with the tractors and stuff going through towns and blocking everything up.
It's this. Okay, so what's the percentage in Idaho that's Republican now? I thought that was a
Idaho's almost entirely Republican.
But you're seeing a shift in that because people are moving to that state in the last 10 years, and they're taking those.
Most of the Muslim immigrants that Obama took in, he shoved them in Idaho.
Yeah, so don't put them in northern Idaho.
No.
But the problem is, though, you have three major universities in Idaho. You have Idaho State, University of Idaho, and Boise. Those areas are deep blue at this point.
Yeah, all the people moving in there from escaping California, but they're still bringing their politics with them.
That's the problem.
Like Austin, fucking Texas.
That's the
Austin,
problem.
Texas. Is an anomaly because all these people from California move out to Austin, Texas, and they still vote Democrat.
Yeah.
Even though they're leaving what they voted for. They're leaving one state in ruin because their voting practices, their voting record, and then they go somewhere else and they do the same fucking thing. Like it's stupid.
Well, you know where Uvalde's located, right?
Not necessarily.
It's a suburb of Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. But let's not talk about that fucking open door that wasn't supposed to be open and permanently shut.
Yes.
To let the kid with a $3,000 fucking gun he couldn't afford. All of a sudden, here he is.
And by the way, before his social media got scrubbed, he was wearing dresses.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And same with Mr. Crooks. He was also wearing dresses and had long hair on social media.
Yep. They had these people all fucking.
Yeah, let's don't talk about the fact that every major mass shooter in the last 4 years has had gender problems or gender issues or gender confusion.
I'm waiting for the manifesto.
Timely coincidence.
Oh yeah, the manifesto. Yeah. Funny how that didn't get released.
Oh, the funny thing was the manifesto. Yeah, the Nashville one, when the broad went into the Catholic school and shot up all the kids, and they ended up taking her out. Thank God. But
you know something, guys? Let's talk about some feel-good stories.
They tried to get that manifesto out, and the parents of the
He's rolling, Abby. He's rolling.
The parents of the victims took them to court to prevent the manifesto from being released.
Not all of them. Not all of them,
but enough of them.
No, it was one. One of the parents was a lawyer, and he said he spoke for everybody, and he's the one that sealed it. And oh, by the way, guess who's running for local government?
Fuck. And the other parents just went along with it? Oh shit.
Well, they didn't know it was happening. I think Abby left. You ran Abby off, man.
I did. Holy crap.
He was like, let's talk about something uplifting, and you just kept rolling.
No, get
Like,
the
he's rolling. He's rolling. It's supposed to be a republic, right? Every time they say, everybody said protecting democracy, was like, well, yeah, what you think we have is a democracy, which means a majority rule. What we have is a representative republic, a democratic republic.
Yep.
See, I mean, we've got
back.
I'm back.
We've got it kind of weird here because obviously we've got the king, and obviously there's Parliament, which Parliament kind of does things, and it operates a bit like a republic as well. So it's kind of weird how we do it.
Well, of course, you got too many white people in Scotland, evidently, according to your Parliament.
So,
they're not white; they're pale blue. Anyway,
somebody should have told the guy that, but hey.
I thought they were clear.
They're like bleach Smurfs. They're like bleach Smurfs, you know.
Severely bleached.
Bleached Smurfs. Holy shit.
Yep.
Holy crap. Well,
I told you, he looked like a Morlock when he went out in the sun on that video.
A Morlock. Oh my god. Shit.
Hey, let's talk about something.
Probably get a sunburn if.
Okay. Let's
talk about the Olympics. That's always good to talk about the Olympics.
Fuck the Olympics.
Well, just so you know, that wasn't the last supper. That was a picture of another painting, which was called The Rite of Spring or something like that. And so that's what they were doing. So
yes, and I have waterfront property I can sell you out here in the desert.
Funny how there was a huge power outage in Paris immediately after that the next day, and the only thing that were lit up were cathedrals. Karma much?
One church, one big church.
No, that's divine intervention. That was God said, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
And by the way, the chick, the 6'1" muscular chick who punched that chick so hard that she immediately abdicated. Evidently, she was born with a vagina. So,
yeah,
that's not what I heard.
Well, she's what's called a.
That's not what the testosterone count shows.
Well, evidently, what's known as a hermaphrodite. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I see the type.
Yeah.
So that's basically why they're allowing it to.
There's two of them, Bunny. There's two of them.
There's
two dudes. One from Thailand and one from I don't know where the hell.
So the guy from Thailand failed both tests, and he was still allowed to.
Yeah.
Well, at least they'll reach the finals and punch the shit out of each other, so that might be entertaining. You know.
There you go.
But yeah, I saw that, and it was a glancing blow. He didn't even hit her square. And she was like, "No mas."
Well, what happened was her headgear got spun. She couldn't see, so she had to go to the thing, and she felt like her nose something was wrong with it because she got hit in the nose really bad. And she goes, "I've never felt this before. It's not like it's broken. It's like it's something else is going on."
Oh yeah, he probably crushed her crushed her septum. I mean,
something.
We won't find out. I mean, they're going to bury it, but
you won't.
But the other day, while this is going on, a young girl spoke in front of the House of Representatives in North Carolina. It's just been buried by the news because a man spiked a ball with the women's net is 7 inches shorter than the men's net. And so this monster spiked the ball 70 miles per hour into her face, and she's got permanent paralysis.
Nice.
And she spoke in front of the House of Representatives, trying to get North Carolina to close the loophole that allowed that monster to do that to her.
Right.
And they're all calling her transphobic.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that at least in sport, where you always see it's the guy transitioning to be the woman. It's never the other way around in sport.
No.
You know, now you have these pageants where the guy's trying to be a girl and win the Miss America pageant, you know, which is kind of funny now, but it's just.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of chicks having the old addictomy surgery.
No.
It's usually the other way around. And the guys usually...
usually the women that win Miss America pageant have one chin.
Yeah.
Just one chin.
Yeah. And, yeah. Well, the guys that are doing all this I'm a woman thing, they don't go all the way. They don't do all the transition. No, they don't. That's what Bruce Jenner didn't get rid of his junk. Yeah. I'm sorry, Caitlyn Jenner. Oh.
But in his case, he says that they shouldn't be allowing this to happen in women's sport.
No.
Because he knows.
He knows.
Yeah. He knows.
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely.
She knows.
Well, it's funny. Shane Gilliam was talking about his dad, and his dad was like, when all this other stuff, he's like, why can't they be like true athletes like Bruce Jenner? I used to see him on Wheaties boxes. And Shane's kind of like looking at his mom. He's like, should we tell him? He's like, no.
I will say this. I think the Kardashians did this to him.
Oh, hell yes, absolutely.
Who wouldn't want to be?
They fucked his brain up so
they
bad.
emasculated him so much during that course of that show. Chris
yeah.
Jenner just emasculated the shit out of him the whole show.
Yeah.
Notice you don't hear anything about the Kardashian boy, the son, in the media or anywhere. Anyway.
No.
You know?
You
always hear about
he
Chloe or Kim or whoever the hell the other one is, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. They don't talk about the son.
No,
they do not.
I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, he was on the show a few times.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
he got the hell out of Dodge, you know.
He saw the writing on the wall and skipped.
Yeah.
Like, the hell with this.
He wasn't going to get with Chris Jenner's program, so he had to go.
No.
Yep.
I see.
You know.
And I don't blame him.
Yep.
No, not at all. I mean, all those NBA stars they brought in and just like cucked the shit out of them, you know.
Right.
I mean, just emasculated the crap out of them.
And look at like the Kendall and the Kyle Jenner kids. They screwed them up, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, this whole entire thing, though. I mean, you know, it's like I was doing a short today. I was talking about, you know, heroism and how it's been devalued and just like, and it's called, you know, in a favor of realism. And I was like, you know, making a hero heroic, that's realistic. Because the fact that this person is a hero means that there's certain things true about them. They're going to be they're going to be courageous. They're going to be all these things. And when they go and they say, well, we're trying to make our heroes more realistic by giving them flaws or whatever, then that's not a hero. And so that's not realistic at all, because heroes have moral codes. They do the right thing at the right time, and they put their lives on the line. You know, what's real? You know, have you ever seen a cowardly firefighter?
No.
You know? No. Have you seen
and about a firefighter too, doesn't matter if they're on duty, off duty, retired, whatever, they're still a firefighter. They will still do what they're trained to do.
How many retired firefighters died on 9/11?
A lot.
A lot of them. Because they all went into those buildings. I mean, all of them went into them. And I mean, Steve Buscemi, people don't know this, but Steve Buscemi,
he was a firefighter.
You know, he was a firefighter.
He went and worked in a firehouse for the whole entire week of 9/11.
He was working regular shifts and
right
stuff.
Right alongside his brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a firefighter for almost a decade before he got into acting.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And so it's like the whole thing, you know, you see, they're like saying it, this Kardashian people, they're normal. You know, that Bruce Jenner, you know, Bruce Jenner, who it was like a hero to a lot of people. You know, it was like a decathlon. You know, one of the most heavily decorated Olympic athletes we've ever had. You know, he's right up there with Jim Thorpe as maybe one of the greatest athletes America's ever produced.
Right.
And then suddenly they're like, well, that wasn't normal. This guy, you know, Caitlyn, that's normal. That's not normal. In no way, shape, or form is that normal. And a man walking into a ring and beating the crap out of a chick, that's not normal.
You know, here's the thing. I'm going to catch hell for this, I know.
That's weird.
I'm going to catch hell for this, I know. But, you know, this whole transgender thing, to me, it's a mental problem with a lot of these people.
It is. It is. I mean, it is.
It needs to be treated as such.
But you look at the suicide rates for these people after transitioning.
Right.
It's insane. The
Right.
number.
Well, let me tell you what's funny about that. It's not funny. It's hideous. It's the most evil and vile thing that's happening today.
Yeah.
They're taking those numbers of people who are committing suicide after transitioning and scaring parents into transitioning their kids, saying that they're going to commit suicide because of this number.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a sick way of doing things. Yeah, it's pretty sick and demented. The problem is they prey on these kids who are basically you know, controllable or gullible. You can pretty much, you know, pull the wool over their eyes. It's a shame, and sometimes it's just a phase. I mean, how many of you guys remember growing up and like you might have had a girl in your class at school that was kind of more like a tomboy?
Yes.
You know, she liked to play baseball. She liked to play you know, football or flag football or whatever, you know, and she wore boys' t-shirts and blue jeans and stuff and ball caps and whatever. But then at a point came around when she gets to a certain point or certain age, it started kind of like, you know, reverting, you know, the other way, you know?
Right.
And
I knew this guy. I knew this guy who was like
Oh
no, here we go.
Wow.
I knew this guy, and he was the most lispy, you know, effete individual that you can imagine. I mean, he did girl, you know, did all that stuff, right? Biggest man whore I've ever met. That guy nailed more squirrel than a Mississippi kid with a 22 in the summertime.
Oh, damn.
I mean, that guy, and they're like, oh, he's sensitive, oh, he's sweet, you know, he's just, and
it was all an act. It was all an act.
Oh, yeah. He worked at a hospital, and he just worked his way through that emergency room nurse staff. I mean, all of them. I mean, it was ridiculous. But man, he was as Nelly as you get. I mean, he was like, but at some point, man,
I want to know when
you
they're
know,
going to have the parkour Olympics.
I like the women now. I don't know.
What?
The parkour Olympics. That's what they need next.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the parkour.
The parkour Olympics.
Yeah.
And here's their anthem.
What's it go?
Oh, you gotta give that.
The parkour Olympics theme.
I'd love to see him go through an obstacle course in high heels, you know, and mini skirts.
Oh,
come on, and
It's
fake nails.
Pole dancing.
Pole dancing. That's right. The pole dancing and table straddling.
And sword swallowing.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, you wouldn't call it the pommel horse. You call it the park horse.
There you go. The park horse. Yeah.
The park horse.
What the hell? What about the disabled?
Might as well
parkour
lean into
Olympics?
it. Holy shit! Might as well.
Wheelchair park horse. Yeah. There you go.
Wheelchair park horse.
Because they're mobile. Wait, park starts
Oh,
swallowing.
no. Oh man, we're gonna have to get a time profit button
for the sword swallow competition. You got to make sure you put enough salt on it so you can get the feel just right.
Nice kielbasa.
We'll get that squash.
Mm-hmm.
Cucumber.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Oh, yeah, we got 32 people watching this fiasco. Hey, if you like what you see, you want more, please
Spare rolls virgin ears. Come on now.
Please like and subscribe to the channel.
You know how many Hail Marys Cruel's gonna have to do tomorrow?
I know he's gonna have like
I know,
2 rosaries, one in each hand.
Bless his heart. Those prayer bees are going to have some smoke coming off of them.
There'll be charcoal briquettes by the time we're done.
You might get, yeah.
Should I get?
Well, see, there's something in that.
Do I need them for this show?
No, he does. I don't know. I don't think so. No, you're good.
Not yet. We're working on it.
Not yet.
No. Anyway. Well, I mean, there's something called the split. Oh no. Of course he's gonna take a shot. He's gonna take a shot.
He just had to go there. Had to go there.
Heathen's gonna do what the heathen's gonna do. Yeah, this is what it is.
Wait, what? What is the time from? What? What?
So.
What?
That sounds like a new band name. Awesome.
I know, right? The parkour priests and their altar boys.
And the altar boys.
And the altar boys. Exactly. There you go. Holy shit. Well,
it's like somebody did a picture of the Deliverance, like a cast picture of the Deliverance, and it says, "Name this band." And I said, "Pretty Mouth and the Squealers."
Oh. Oh damn!
Ned and the Pigs.
Ned and the Pigs, yeah.
Ned. Anyway. I wonder if people gave Ned Beatty a bunch of shit about that.
I guarantee he hasn't lived that down. I guarantee it.
Well,
hey, Ned!
I think he's passed away.
Yeah, he has. I mean, all of them are gone. All of them.
Yeah.
Except for John Voight. John Voight's still there.
Yeah, John Voight's still kicking.
He's hanging around.
Ronnie Cox is still going about as well, isn't he?
I don't know.
No,
still.
Not sure.
He might be.
He wasn't in the Beverly Hill Cop movie that came out on Netflix this last time. So
I think he's still around. I saw him in an interview last year.
Yeah, I think I've seen him in something recently. Yeah. Let me see.
He's still around. I'm sure he is.
Yeah,
he and Peter Weller were at Comic-Con.
Yeah, he's still alive.
They were talking
Wikipedia, he's still alive. So take that with a grain of salt. 86 years old.
He was in RoboCop. Yep. That's what I was saying. I was watching a Comic-Con with Ronnie Cox and Peter Weller, so they were talking about RoboCop.
Yeah, that's funny. He just threatened that guy, and he's like, "Well, you can't kill me." Huh? He's like, "You're fired," and then RoboCop's like,
"Thank you."
There you go. The 5 directive goes away. He's like,
You're fired.
Very, very, very enjoyable.
Yep.
Ronnie
All
Cox,
right.
he could play a bad guy. He really could.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Total Recall as well. He was Cohagen in Total Recall. So
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. What's the guy's name that was in the second RoboCop movie? Red Foreman.
huh?
Oh, Kirkwood Smith.
Kurtwood Smith, yeah.
He was
No,
in
he
the
was
first
in-
one.
Was
He
he
was
the
the first
first one
one.
or the second
Yeah.
one?
First
No,
one.
he was in the first one. He didn't
He was
make it out of the
Clarence-
first one.
Oh,
He was
okay. I
Clarence
thought he was in the
Boddicker.
He
okay.
died.
Boddicker.
He was a good
Clarence
villain.
Boddicker, yeah.
Boddicker was a great villain. Boddicker
Great
was a
villain.
He
freaking
was.
great
He's
villain.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miguel Ferrer was in there. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Bob
Yep.
Morton. Mhm.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Well,
Good
I'm
movie.
gonna
Evidently,
call it a
he-
show, so.
What?
Go ahead, Bunny. Go ahead, Bunny. I was gonna shut it down.
No, he was in Ozark. That's where I
almost-
saw him recently. Oh,
It's
no
almost,
problem.
it's
No problem.
almost dinner time here.
Kirkwood Smith was in a good movie with Tom Berenger called Last of the Dogmen.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, I've not seen that.
That's a good one.
I loved him. I loved him in that '70s show. He was great.
Oh God, yes.
Oh, he was
I've
perfect.
not seen that.
Just
I've not seen
oh
that.
god, that TV show. I think the first season was
Mhm.
good. Then after that, it started getting a little weird. But
Although he did the remake of that called that '90s show on
Yeah.
Netflix.
All right.
Mhm.
yeah, I
He's
didn't
starting
see
to
that.
look his age a little now. It's kind of like, you know.
Well, he always looked like he was in his 50s, even when he was in his 20s. So
Yeah.
he's one of those. Yeah, reached a certain level and kind of stayed there. Funny thing about Red Foreman though is that he acted the same way after they yelled "cut." You know,
Stayed in character.
Nice.
so the cast never knew what to think of him. So he liked it that way. So
well, on that note, we're going to stick a fork in it and call it a night. I'm getting hungry and I can smell the food.
Wookie hungry.
Cooking in there.
Wookie eat.
Wookie hungry, Wookie eat now.
Eat.
Quick announcement: tomorrow night we're doing something different on our Cryptids and Conspiracies. I'm actually
doing
going
Titanic?
to. Yeah, we're going to do Titanic, but it's a little different. I'm going to actually give my theory of what the whole Titanic thing was, and you guys are going to tell me if you think I'm full of shit. And so,
Well, that'll be easy.
there you go.
Can I tell you
I have
now?
to make my case. I have to make my case. And I know Time Prophet's going to say I'm full of shit because Time Prophet says that everybody's full of shit except for him. He's the
Don't tell me
the
what
god
happened
of the
at the end of
universe.
Titanic.
But everybody else
Spoiler alert.
outside of him.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
outside of
spoiler
Time
alert,
Prophet's
the
going
boat
to,
sunk.
confirm,
Yeah, the
confirm or
boat
deny
sunk.
if I have a point, if I have a theory. So
Yeah.
that's what tomorrow night's going to be about.
That's-
Is the
that's it.
Titanic a honey trap? And I'm going to give my.
Oh
So-
yeah.
That's tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and midnight at Cruel's place.
Yay.
Crow's gonna need coffee.
Yeah.
He'll have more. He'll have more soda water.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
All right. See you
All right.
tomorrow night, everybody. 7 o'clock.
Bye, everyone.
Again, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel
Why would
and
they do that?
channels because that really helps me with the algorithm.
The algorithm.
Good
You
night,
and your
everybody. We'll see you
algorithm.
tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow
Good night.
on Cryptids and Conspiracies.
Good
so
night.
if I can find
Bye,
the right
everybody.
button, find the button.
And remember, support your local parkour.
Yes, exactly.
We all just